Lies My Country Told Me. Hello, my name is Angell, and I'm an emeritus professor at the London School of Economics. Welcome to the Global Consequences of IT, GCIT. Originally, GCIT was a course I ran at the LSE from the mid-90s until my retirement in 2010. Every year it attracted over 100 students. Now, at the suggestion of some ex-students of the course, I intend to resurrect GCIT as a video playlist on my YouTube channel. The course started in the days before the advent of social media. Each student was required to hand in two written articles, one aimed at newspapers, the other at popular magazines. Of course, nowadays I would ask for blogs and videos. Extra marks were awarded if students got pieces published in their national press. One actually appeared in Die Zeit and even sparked a debate in the German parliament. Topics could be anything related to information technology or just information, which, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, are the facts provided or learned about something or someone, no matter whether the facts are true or not. We covered any subject that the group found intriguing or radical and which they thought would be of wider interest. So, if any viewer of this channel wants to produce a short video suitable for inclusion on the GCIT playlist, then please send a link to me at globalconsequences@icloud.com. To illustrate the breadth of topics I will consider, the first two videos I will post, this and one other, concern information in its widest sense. They are about the stories that members of every national culture receive in their formative years. These form the fictional backbone of patriotism, which goes unquestioned by most citizens. These are the lies my country told me. Every country has its national heroes and symbols galore, all filling the hearts of the collective with pride. Australia has Captain Cook, Ned Kelly, Waltzing Matilda. France has the Bastille, the tricolour. Napoleon, Marianne. The US has Betsy Ross and the Stars and Stripes. Columbus, Paul Revere, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Davy Crockett, Wyatt Earp, Teddy Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy, etc. Heroes all. Then there's the Alamo, the Boston Tea Party, the OK Corral, San Juan Hill, the Sons of Iwo Jima. The list goes on and on. But don't look too closely. An unwelcome dose of reality can take the gloss off many of these myths of nationhood. The feet of Christopher Columbus never walked on what today is the United States of America, and yet his statue graces downtown Manhattan. Paul Revere never shouted, "The British are coming." At the time, this phrase was meaningless, since all the colonists considered themselves British. Only after independence did the one-liner pass into folklore, because it was far more evocative than what Revere actually whispered and not shouted. The regulars are coming out. He was warning that redcoat patrols were about. And did the child George Washington really say, "Father, I cannot tell a lie," after chopping down the cherry tree? And what about no taxation without representation? According to US mythology, the Boston Tea Party of December the 16th, 1773, was the spark that lit the fuse to the American War of Independence. At the time, tea was shipped from India via Britain, where import duties were added, with yet more duties compounded after it arrived in the colonies. Late in 1773, for various reasons, a cargo of tea bypassed Britain and was shipped directly to the colonies. So the only customs duties levied was at the Boston quayside. The total cost was thus less than what was normally paid. Samuel Adams, the Tea Party's chief publicist, his brother, and the rest of the Indians who tossed the cases of tea into the harbour, were objecting to a tax of a mere 3 cents on the dollar. That's less than half of today's local city taxes. There was also some suspicion that Adams and his crew used to make a tidy living smuggling tea. And the real reason they dumped the cargo overboard was because the lower taxes undercut the smugglers' profits. Then the Scots. The Scots have Robert the Bruce and William Wallace. Children are told about the Bruce and how he learned from a spider that he must never give up, with the Scots finally gaining independence from the English in 1314 at the Battle of Bannockburn. And what about William Wallace, the victor of Stirling Bridge, so heroically misrepresented by Mel Gibson in the film Braveheart? He actually hailed from Usk in Wales. That's what Wallace means, from Wales. Then there's England, which has developed a long line of icons. Alfred the Great, Richard the Lionheart, Good Queen Bess, Marlborough and Wellington, Lawrence of Arabia, Winston Churchill, and let's not forget Admiral Lord Horatio Nelson, the hero of Copenhagen, the Nile, and Trafalgar. With one eye, one arm, and dying at the moment of victory at the Battle of Trafalgar, he was every PR man's wet dream. No wonder the British people took him to heart and set him atop a column in central London. However, there was scandal. With his pitiable little wife Frances left at home in England, Nelson embarked on a torrid affair with Emma Hamilton, wife of the British envoy to Naples. This was kept secret from Horatio, their daughter, who never learned that Lady Hamilton was her mother. Now, following his heroic death at Trafalgar, the propaganda machine went into overdrive, and soon a contrived immortal memory meant that all was forgiven and forgotten. No one wanted to know the truth. Decades later, with Nelson a cornerstone in the mythology of the British Empire, some historians had the temerity to revisit the scandal, and they faced outrage from among the general population. Everyone who is committed to a collective will always react violently against anyone who criticizes the nation's fundamental truths. And then there's St. George, the patron saint of England. He was born in Palestine, serving as a Roman soldier around the time of Emperor Diocletian, and also happens to be the patron saint of Ethiopia, Georgia, Greece, Portugal, Russia, as well as other countries, towns, and regions. What about St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland? He also just happened to be born in what is today Wales. As a 17-year-old, he was captured by Irish pirates and spent 6 years there in slavery before escaping home. And as for Wales, I will spend the whole of my next video considering the lies told to be by the land of my fathers. That's the title of the Welsh national anthem. Hopefully you'll tune in to see what I have to say.